California special election is coming up on November 4th. You need to vote by mail. You need to vote early. You need to vote no on Prop 50. What is Prop 50? Prop 50 would take away the redistricting power from the independent commission in California and give it back to the politicians.
Temporarily. It would temporarily do that. You guys always leave that part out. How come? Hi, Liz. It's me again. Seems you're still having some trouble when it comes to facts when you make videos, so I'm here to help. Happy to do it. And first up, have you actually read Prop 50? Because it doesn't sound like you have. Let's read it together. Prop 50 authorizes temporary changes to congressional district maps in response to Texas's partisan redistricting legislative constitutional amendment. Yeah? Requires temporary, tricky word, use of new congressional district maps through 2030. See? Goes away in 2030. It even says, directs the Independent Commission to resume enacting congressional district maps in 2031. So, a little disingenuous, what you're saying, yeah?
Californians back in 2008 and 2010 decided, hey, you know what? We want to make sure that it is all fair, and we want an independent commission that has no bias at all to redraw the maps. We don't want it in the hands of the politicians. And Gavin Newsom is like, well, I know that I'm losing California. I know that the Democrats are starting to lose California because...
I don't know where you're getting the data points on where Democrats are starting to lose California. You don't offer any facts or figures, so I can't fact check them, but they're probably wrong. Regardless, I hear this talking point a lot, is that Gavin Newsom is using this as a power grab. Surely you realize that Gavin Newsom is term limited, right? Like, we're voting in California for a new governor next year. So, like, even if you wanted to frame this as a Gavin Newsom power grab, it's a pretty bad one because he's not going to benefit from it. Also, it won't benefit any Democratic governor because surely you know that redrawing congressional district lines has no effect on statewide gubernatorial races, right? Like, you know that.
People are sick of the policies that have honestly run the state into the ground, which is why you're seeing a max exodus to states like Tennessee, Texas, Florida.
Okay, well, first of all, the word you're looking for is mass exodus, not max exodus. And the two words I'm looking for are hypocrite and wrong. I say hypocrite because where do you live, Liz? You live here in California. You live in Southern California. Your handle is based in Malibu. And you're also even bigger of a hypocrite because you are a realtor in California. You sell people homes so that they can live here. But yet it's so terrible and the state's being run into the ground. Yet you live here and you make a living telling other people to live here because it's so great and you take their money and sell them a house. A little hypocritical, if you ask me. I also say wrong because you just are. California's population has grown for the last 2 years. Let me show you. This article came out May 1st, 2025. Today, Governor Newsom announced that California's population grew by 108,000 people in calendar year 2024, reaching 39,529,000 people as of January 1st, 2025. In fact, that increase marks the second consecutive calendar year of population growth. So, you're just wrong. It's just math.
This is, honestly, the exact opposite of democracy.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand you correctly. You think putting it to a vote so that every single citizen in California has a right to have their voice heard, and we get to decide whether or not these new maps take effect or not, and you think all of us having a say in the matter is the exact opposite of democracy? Boy, wait till you hear about Texas, because if you're here as a champion of democracy, boy, that's going to make your head spin. So, Liz, I do owe you an apology. I'm sorry that my first video just missed the mark in what my goal was, which is to instill in you the importance of making sure that we have our facts ironclad before we go off and make a video and post it on the internet for all the world to see. Because if they're not ironclad, boy, it's really easy to look like a silly goose on the internet, and nobody wants that. So I hope this one is more helpful for you. I hope I have reached my goal with this one. And for everybody else watching, if you live in California, I hope you will join me in voting yes on Prop 50. Vote by mail, vote yes. See you at the polls November 4th.